Ken Griffey Jr. is one of the most consistent power hitters of all time, and I've noticed something in his swing that I think we all can learn from. What I'll show you guys in this video is something that I've used in my lessons recently that has helped players stop pulling away from the ball and get consistent barrels. So when you watch Griffey hit, what you'll notice is that his chin starts on the front shoulder, and it almost looks kind of uncomfortable. When he gets into his rhythm, both eyes are on the pitcher and that chin is just resting on the front shoulder. Having both eyes on the pitcher allows him to see pitches super well. Also, when we do that, the lead arm gets compressed up against the chest. And so now what happens is when I rotate my hips, it's a lot easier to feel the slack taken out of my body. And as I turn, the barrel just gets pulled with. So essentially starting with the chin on the front shoulder helps me make sure I can see the pitch and read it, so I have both eyes on the ball, but it also helps make sure that my load is good and I'm not wrapping. It's physically impossible to wrap my hands around my head in this position. It's also really good for just making sure I'm loaded back enough and all the slack is taken out of my body, so when I turn, I just go right to the ball. The next part of this is I want the chin to go to the other shoulder, and you'll notice this when he goes through to swing, the chin stays on the front shoulder until around contact, then the chin ends up on the other shoulder, the rear shoulder, as he goes through to his finish, and you'll see this hand go straight out. The chin ends up on this shoulder. It's not perfect every time when you watch him do it. Sometimes it only happens for a split second, but really it's shoulder to shoulder. The reason this is helpful is you'll notice when I go shoulder to shoulder with my chin, it forces me to keep my head still so I can turn behind the ball, get plenty of power because I'm rotating and creating that tension, but my head doesn't go anywhere. Now, keeping your head still obviously helps you see the ball and make contact more often. Also, if I'm making sure I'm getting to my rear shoulder, it makes sure that I have good posture and I'm over the plate so I'm able to have space to get to inside pitches. I also have enough reach to get to outside pitches when I get my chin to that rear shoulder at the end of the swing. If I pull my chin away from my rear shoulder at all, you'll see I start to cast out my hands, I get around the ball, and get super disconnected from my body. It's hard to barrel balls up. Because now when I'm casting like that, if I'm late, I'm jammed. If I'm early, I'm off the end. I have less time where the sweet spot of my bat is in the way of the ball. Now there's a couple hitters who do the same thing from this era, like Bonds, for example. But if you want to consistently hit the barrel on the ball, a really good thought process is shoulder to shoulder, especially if you're the type of player who tends to pull away on off-speed pitches, outside pitches. You have a tough time keeping your head on the ball and consistently seeing it through contact. This is a great thought process. This is something that's helped a ton of the hitters that I worked with, and it's helped me too. So all you have to think is chin on the front shoulder to the back shoulder at the end of the swing. Let me know if there's any other hitters you guys want me to break down. There's always great things you guys can learn from watching the best hitters of all time. And I always say one of the best ways to get good at hitting is to watch the greats. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that stands out to you about Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing, and we'll see you guys next time.